I'm here with two guests, the Senior Director of the McFarland Student Union and Student Involvement, Leah Cassellia, and also the Assistant Vice President for Recreational Services and Athletic Resources, Amy Sandt. Welcome to both of you here.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions as we approach this rather unique semester, and you can feel free to bounce off of each other. I don't care who goes first, and so that we'll just leave it at that. So this is an interesting semester, obviously. I don't have to tell you that. What options are there for students both indoors and outdoors this year? I know some students have come to me. They're like, it's great that Kutztown University is opening this semester, but I feel like it's going to be me sitting in my room all year because there's nothing to do. And that's not necessarily true. You guys have a lot of things planned. Tell us a little bit about that. Leah, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, what I can tell you is that there are a lot of student organizations that are planning events that are virtual. Mm-hmm. So they'll be open to all students so that that they can all participate. In terms of activities that'll be taking place outdoors, there are outdoor spaces that are reservable by student organizations, for example, the MSU lawn, that I would anticipate there will be some events and activities planned in those spaces. But Amy, do you want to talk more about the rec facilities?
Sure.
From a recreational perspective, the outdoor facilities on campus, the tennis courts, the stadium, Keystone Field, basketball courts will all be open for use, sort of first come, first serve. Some of those spaces, the stadium and Keystone Field, can also be reserved for student groups. So I'm anticipating a lot of activity in those areas, as we'll be encouraging everyone to take their activities outside as long as they possibly can. As far as actual recreation in the facility, the Student Recreation Center will be open normal hours, but anyone that visits will definitely see a lot of changes. We've moved a lot of equipment around into the large gym so that we can serve more people at one time. Unfortunately, the climbing wall and the swimming pool will not be available this semester, largely because we need the staff to assist with cleaning and keeping the fitness center operational and clean and sanitary. So those spaces at this point won't be available. The other change that we have in place at this moment in time, most of our equipment that people can check out will not be available, but that's because the spaces that they would use them in are closed. So if large groups still have activities, we would entertain the possibility of them borrowing equipment for the activities that they might have. So that's still an option.
So Amy, what when it comes to like sanitization of equipment, like if somebody uses a treadmill or something, I mean, how will that go after everybody uses it? Everything will be cleaned?
Each piece of equipment will have a red light and a green light on it.
Okay.
Once a student uses it, we ask them to turn they'll be asked to turn the card to red.
Oh, okay.
At which point they should still sanitize it as they always have, but our staff will follow up with another sanitizer and clean it very thoroughly, and then once enough time has passed that the chemicals can take effect, we'll turn the card to green, and then another person can use the piece of equipment. It shouldn't be a long process. We're allowing 60 people into the fitness center at a time, and we're asking them to try and keep their workouts to an hour if we're at capacity, so that as many students as possible can get to use the facilities. Sure. We will still have some group exercise classes as well, so people will have that option too.
Leah, when it comes to like student organizations, I mean, there's going to be, I guess, a lot of focus will be trying to have outdoor type events, at least while the weather is still nice. Is that true?
That is correct. Yep, absolutely.
So, so outdoor type events and also virtual events, I guess, as well too.
Yeah, a lot. You'll see that all of Quab's events for the fall semester are virtual events. For the most part, I think you'll see that student organizations will be meeting virtually, although here in the student union, the third floor conference rooms will be available for reservation requests, but their capacity is significantly decreased for safety reasons. but those spaces still are available for request. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So if a student is looking for information on, different kinds of events that are going on or different, protocol as such, where can they go for that? Leah, I'm assuming you have it all.
Sure. All of that information will be posted in Engage. So if a student is looking for an activity that's taking place, they can go to Engage and click on the events link. That will show them all the events that are available to them that are being offered either on campus or virtually. And we're excited to be able to provide that service. Also in the news post updates that are on the main page, we'll have details about different services and things that are available.
Awesome. Amy, one interesting thing I heard is that there's going to be, now that the field is not going to be used this semester because there's obviously no football or such, that organizations can actually sign out the use of places, venues like that. Is that true, Amy?
Oh yes, those venues have always been open for student groups to reserve. I think what we're anticipating is that there may be more time available than in the past, especially on Keystone Field, because Recreation had largely used those for club sports in the evenings.
Right.
And unfortunately, there won't be the traditional club practices in their normal capacity. So we would anticipate that there'll be more availability for some of those outdoor spaces than there had been in the past.
So obviously some students are going to be going through, unfortunately, but it's a necessary evil, a little bit of sports withdrawal this fall because you're not going to have, really a lot of live sports going on. What kind of things do you have what would you suggest for students that are missing sports like that that you can help them with?
We're going to try, we won't have intramurals in the traditional sense, but we will try and do some things that can be done social distance.
Okay.
We'll have a lot of virtual activities as well that maybe incorporate some of the professional leagues that already exist and that are having success playing. So we'll still try and encourage people to get their sports fixed, but it will definitely be in a more social distanced kind of way. So we'll
also have the opportunity to participate and maybe explore esports as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point as well too, and that's in your building, Leah, the new esports room. So.
Right, and while that room will have a reduced capacity, there will be plenty of opportunities to get involved with esports that don't involve being in the facility.
Awesome. All right, well, I promise to keep this short, but before I let you both go, any final words you have for the incoming class? I mean, for new freshmen coming into this new world, or for students that have been here for a few years and it's going to be a new world for them too. What advice do you have?
I think, well, what I would say to a new student or even a returning student is that we're very excited to have you back, and we've been planning all different kinds of activities and events that hopefully will be attractive to you to participate in, hopefully also giving you the ability to meet other students. So we're just excited for you to be back on campus.
Awesome. And Amy, any parting words?
Same thing. We're excited to have you back, and we hope that we've created a safe and welcoming environment here, especially in the rec center, but throughout campus. And certainly if we can assist, or if there's questions about any of our new protocols, to reach out to us in the office, and we will help get through any trying times.
Absolutely.